Hey everyone, this is David. I'm coming to you pseudo live from Greenville, South Carolina, and I want to give everyone a couple tips, about 6 tips on how to stay subtly positive in a subtly negative world, right? There's so much going on in commercials and news and our TV shows, and everything's kind of got this subtle negative vibe to it. But I think that it's possible for us to switch that vibe around and have it be a little on the positive side. So number one thing that I think that we can do is modify what's seen on our Facebook feed. Seriously. Like literally, the news on your Facebook feed, that news feed, is literally the news that's going on in your personal circle. So if you're modifying what you've seen on your Facebook feed, if there's somebody that's always complaining that they don't get their name right at Starbucks, or somebody that's like a negative Nancy that is always complaining about their boyfriend and you're sick and tired of it, all you have to do, go into the upper right-hand corner and just unfollow them. Don't unfriend them, because that's a whole nother topic, like altogether. So just go ahead, unfollow those people, and you're not going to be able to see what they're posting. And then subscribe to news that you actually like. Subscribe to yoga journals. Subscribe to like positive, uplifting stuff. If you like macrame owls, subscribe to the Macrame Owl group. And all of a sudden, your news feed, like your personal news on Facebook, is going to get overwhelmingly positive with stuff that you actually dig, right? So try modifying what you see on your Facebook feed. Speaking of news, number 2, right? Stop watching, or at least limit the time that you spend watching the nightly news or the morning news. Now, while the news can be a great source of information, keeping us up to date on what's going on in the world, it can also start to filter in some negative vibes. At the end of the day, it's just a reality show, right? So be mindful of what you're absorbing and what you're taking in on these the news broadcasts, right? And leave the rest of it behind. Just take in the good stuff, like the stuff that you need to know today, and leave the rest of it. There's a cool kind of a thing that you can do every night. So to get a piece of paper, make 4 columns on the piece of paper, and for 5 nights, maybe 7 nights, on the columns write somewhat positive, positive, negative, and somewhat negative. And then for each news story, and that includes the weather, just tick whether it gives you a negative vibe or a positive vibe. And then at the end of the week, or 5 days, or whatever it is, 7 days, I think the results are probably going to shock you. So just be mindful of what you're absorbing and what you're taking in, what kind of energy you're taking in, right? So number 3, start receiving good junk mail. That is totally possible. In this world of bills, we just get bills piled on top of bills, right? Start receiving some good junk mail. Subscribe to catalogs that you love. Kripalu in Western Massachusetts. I get jazzed 4 times a year when I get this catalog from this yoga school. Yoga Journal gets me revved up. I love it. It's just, I get all this good stuff in the mail. Yeah, I get some bills, but get some good stuff. Again, Macrame Owls. If that's your jam, like, get the Macrame Owl catalog. Like, subscribe to everything and start getting some good stuff in your snail mailbox every day, right? Just to kind of counteract all those bills and stuff that come in. Number 4, go for a walk. Seriously, like, go outside. In this technologically connected world, right? We are so disconnected from everyone and everything, and especially nature. 20 minutes walking outside can do so much for your blood pressure. It can deactivate that fight or flight response and initiate a rest and digest atmosphere within your body. So remaining in a state of stress has a number of effects on your body. It's so crazy. I don't even want to go into it, maybe for another post. But get outside, breathe in some quality air. Try to leave your phone at home. If you can't leave your phone at home, turn it off. Not on vibrate, just turn it off. So if you need it, it's there. But get outside, breathe in, reconnect with nature a little bit. It's an amazing thing that you can do just for yourself. This is one of my favorite ones. Number 5 is we need to tune into what we're really tuning into on the radio. So if you're somebody that drives to work every morning and listens to talk radio on your morning commute or even on the way home, what are you absorbing? What are you taking in, right? So if you're driving in on your morning commute and you're heading to the office and you're listening to strong opinions that are like creating emotional reactions within you, and then wonder why you get to the office and are screaming at everyone, that might be it. So why don't you try some jazz? Let's try some jazz or maybe some classical. And I understand that that's not everybody's thing, but just try it for a couple days and just see how you feel. Because those strong opinions so early in the morning can set the tone for the entire day. So just tune into what you're tuning on the radio and see if that like makes a little bit of an effect at the end of like 5 or 7 days. And the last thing to bring a little more subtle positivity into your life is meditate. And I don't want you guys to get crazed or like caught up in the stigma of the word meditate or meditation, because really meditation is really just sitting and breathing and watching your thoughts go by, right? And some people think that meditation is about eliminating thoughts. And it's not, because we have 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. If you eliminated your thoughts, you'd probably be dead. And we don't want that. So what we want to do is sit on the floor, sit on something comfortable, maybe put a bolster or a towel underneath your seat, raise your hips a little bit higher than your knees and get some length in your spine. 5 minutes, start there, right? And then just breathe in and out through the nose. It's so simple. And as those thoughts come by, if we see that we're having an emotional reaction to those thoughts or an attachment to those thoughts, just say, hey thought, I see you, and I'm going to let you go. And just let the next thought come by. That's all meditation is. It's watching stuff without judgment, right? Without attachment. So I want to throw those 6 things at you just to bring some subtle positivity, maybe in your life as we slide into the weekend. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to seeing you guys again on Periscope. Thanks.